bootstrapping innocence. But any currency, I'm still guaranteed my wins. This is coming from within, I stuff for real, I don't pretend. When the OG spilling knowledge, bet it's best you soak it in. I'm a prophet to them scholars, got them chakras opening. Got them fixing up their octaves, now they truly focused in. I'm seeing 2020 visions. Daily manifesting on my premonitions. Best to keep it neutral, got my own religion. The brainwash gotta make...
Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is Thursday Night Football on EA Sports. Up next, we'll see Jared Goff and the NFC champion Los Angeles Rams as they score.
Coach, it is a sound like no other when they raise that 12th man flag here in Seattle. We just heard it, and that means it's time for football at CenturyLink Field. Tonight we start Week 5 with a primetime matchup between the Los Angeles Rams and the Seattle Seahawks. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now the third leading rusher in the NFL last year, Todd Gurley. And he'll wind up with about 6 up past the 30 to the 31. The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers on the ground for Gurley last week. 16 carries and even 60 yards and a touchdown. Now Gurley. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
And now that he's playing a Thursday night game, short week, you know he spent a lot of time in the trainer's room in the cold tub trying to get his legs back for this game.
From the gun on third down, gone. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. That's a gain of 13, first down Rams. On first down, it's Gurley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down. A play fake to Gurley, now gone. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So that one a hold right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Credit the sack to Shaquem Griffin. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you. You change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Not the opening possession they were looking for, especially on the road.
No doubt about it, because they wanted to come out and establish a little momentum right away. But now bringing up a fourth down, an empty possession, not what they were seeking.
And he didn't quite have the backspin on that one. It hits at the 4 and continues into the end zone. It's a touchback. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Wilson being chased out left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here, he throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
But that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice, getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
And now out on the field. Here comes Los Angeles. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
They go play action with Gurley. Now gone. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. With a sack, it's Ziggy Ansah.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use your aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
3rd and long. It's gone. Looking deep downfield. And the throw there going to be incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And it'll be Seahawk football, 1st and 10. The Seattle now ready to march out of the field. And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
He's crossing. He's checking.
They'll run on first down. Carson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
To throw again on second down. Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. Give them 14 on that one and a first down. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. Eluding the press. And it's a Seattle Seahawks touchdown.
Well, this was a pass all the way, but he just kept buying time, didn't he? It was kind of like, wait. Oh, it's open. Time to hot-foot it and go. And, boy, was he successful.
Yeah, didn't go to the outside toward the pylon, just straight ahead, middle third of the field.
Shortest distance between 2 points. Straight line.
Jason Myers now for the extra point. And this will give the Seahawks a 7-0 lead. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it was Russell Wilson finishing things off with a touchdown run. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Los Angeles offense as they get set to take possession. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all. And let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And they're able to get this one across the 35. A gain there of 12 yards and a first down L.A. So many questions about Todd Gurley in the offseason. How good is the knee? I mean, remember, he had a heavy workload the last couple years, nearly 4,000 yards from scrimmage, 40 total touchdowns, but just 4 carries in the NFC Championship game, 10 in the Super Bowl. So we'll see what kind of usage he gets this season. It's a gain of 11 and a first down L.A. Goff on first down. And that'll They'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. And just 1 yard here from the 49 to the 50.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
This is caught. It's Cooks. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on 3rd down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have.
And Gurley fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Here's the 3rd-round pick from Memphis. It's Darrell Henderson. About 3 yards there to the 27.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things, but the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
He gets it to Cooks. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Seahawks have picked it up. After 7-0 on EA Sports. Wilson, the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 23. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. The former Charger All-Pro Eric Weddle on the stop.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
The rushing numbers for Wilson, maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Here's Carson trying to run inside, but nothing there. On the stop was Aaron Donald. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now they'll throw it with Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. 1st down Seattle on a pickup of 13. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, they like his work ethic. This guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on. They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On the jet sweep, here comes Moore. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a 1st down.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
They'll throw on 1st down with Wilson. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf.
Nothing fancy on 1st down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, you often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll get 3 down to the 34-yard line.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. And he's able to get it to the 33, good enough for a 1st down. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs. On 1st down, Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
Partner, it's often that man coverage is easier for a quarterback to run against. You get your receivers going downfield. Those guys are staying with them, and oftentimes they have their back to the quarterback, which opens up a lot of space and room, and they don't even know that he's taken off with it. What a big-time pickup on that play.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal.
Let's make these babies crawl.
They run it with Carson. And he'll work his way closer to the goal line as he's got 5 down to the 3. From the 3 now, here they come on 3rd and goal.
Mine's 50. And let's get this.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone for the Seahawks touchdown. DK Metcalf with his first career NFL touchdown. Here the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
It took them an extra look, but they found out it is a touchdown indeed. The official says this one counts. Extra point up and through by Myers. And that'll make the score 14-0. So that one a 13-play drive in total. And it all culminates with a Seattle score. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. And now out on the field, here comes Los Angeles. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything, at least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're not doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Not much going on this drive. Looks like they're going to have to punt it away, CD.
And right now, I know a lot of their fans are screaming for the OC to change things up, get away from what he's been calling. Sometimes you just need better execution of the plays that have been called.
And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, that could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The perennial Pro Bowler Aaron Donald gets the sack.
2 sacks last week, another one right here. He's been unblockable lately, and I think that goes all the way back to not just his offseason, but the film study he's been doing during the week, because I think he's found matchups that he likes, and he's capitalizing.
A few times he's even defeated double teams. He doesn't care at this point. And now a shot taken on 3rd down, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Those passes out that far wide always make you hold your breath a little bit. Felt like it was in the air for a while.
What it does is allows it to fit.
Rush comes and they block. And he will score. Touchdown, L.A. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half.
Partners, you well know every block punt wasn't necessarily a called block. Sometimes the guy just finds his way back there. Doesn't matter. The play happens, and that one turned into 6 points because they handled it so well after the block.
This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. We're in the second quarter. They've got the lead. The lead, though, not so much because of the ground game, because of their air attack, Charles.
So what they're seeing so far is the possibility of things loosening up later in the ground game. Through the air first, maybe they have to start respecting that even more as the game goes on, and then there will be running lanes to find later.
Yeah, try to get him more involved here on this drive, maybe. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up at the half, a reminder, we go back to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman. He'll have a look back at our first half as well as a look ahead to what's coming up later this weekend. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson, that's complete into the hands of Carson. The Rams going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. The Rams calling on their nickel set here defensively for third down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He can run for it, and he will. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Now the Rams will signal for a timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon. Remember, though, he did have one blocked earlier. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Rams will go on offense here with a 1st and 10. Set to begin their next drive, the Rams offense at the line. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. And now the drive starts with a completion out to the right. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. To throw is Goff. And the open receiver, it's Robert Woods. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Throwing again on 2nd down. Goff. He'll get this complete to Cooper Kupp. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there just before halftime. 48 yards.
That's a real nice job right there. Working the middle of the field, working against those safeties. And you know, partner, if you get your hips turned the wrong way, big plays can result.
And a big play resulted right there. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. He was in search of his tight end, Tyler Higbee. And that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. Throwing again is Goff. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll get it here to the 10-yard line. The Rams going to be forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. The last catch nearly got him a first, but it did not, and they'll try to convert on 3rd and inches. Dumps it off to Gurley. And he gets the first down yardage he needs before he's brought down at the 6. The gain of 5 that time gives him the conversion and makes it 1st and goal. There you have it. Halftime quickly over. 3rd quarter, here we go. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay.
Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
24 is the mic.
Now Wilson, operating from the gun. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. And they work this well upfield across the 45. 21 yards there on third down.
It certainly feels like there are more stars at the tight end position than there were even 10 years ago. And I think it's become more of a glamour position because of the ways it can hurt a defense, and guys want to be involved. They can be in line, close to the line of scrimmage. They can split out like receivers. But hands, route running, speed, and some toughness to go across the middle, you put it all together, you got a heck of a tight end candidate.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson, and this is incomplete. The rookie DK Metcalf, the intended receiver, and that takes us from second to third down.
Had an open man that time and ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marching in for the sack, Michael Brockers.
That'd be exactly what they were looking for coming out to start the third quarter. Get a sack, get off the field, get the momentum going in their direction.
Get the ball back to your offense, right? Get that momentum because, hey, this lead is very, very slim.
Delay of game, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5.
Still fourth down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And now a high kick here as he'll try to hang it up there. And no one there to stop it. Hits at the 8, but it carries all the way into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns back to the Rams offense as they get ready for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves them staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Here's Goff. And that's complete to Cooks. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 16 yards is the pickup there, and a first down for L.A. Goff now 9 of 16 through the air as he's got it 1st and 10. Now Goff. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Robert Woods, former USC man, the intended target, and that'll bring up second down. You know, despite the scoreline, I think they've got to like where they are here. They're on the road and just one big play away from getting right back in this game.
I'm going to follow right along with you because the spot they're in now is a credit to their defense. They've kept them in it by making the plays that they've made, and that just means you're one big score away from being right back there.
And the question is, can this offense step up and make that play? Because that's been an issue for them in this game. Here comes carry number 10 for Gurley. And he loses the football a second time.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. And they'll get 9 there as that sets him up better for third down. From the gun on third down, Goff. He's got the first down inside the 10, and he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Rams. Cooper Kupp, his 3rd touchdown now on the year, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Zerline good with a PAT, and we are tied at 14. So that drive takes them down the field in 8 plays, and the result for the Rams, a touchdown. This one taken from the 7. And he'll take this across the 25. Couple extra yards up to the 27-yard line. Russell Wilson now gears up to lead the offense again. He's been pretty solid, pretty consistent, just the one touchdown pass, but I think he's managed the game well, no?
I would agree with you, and that's what you're looking for out of your field leader, making sure that you're playing well and not making any big mistakes. Oftentimes, that's how you're judged. How big a mistake and when it occurs. No interception so far. Don't like that.
I just want you to know that you agreeing with me, that's going to get me through this third and fourth quarter. Are you touched? He's patting his heart, boys and girls. He's touched.
Respect.
9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down. Wilson now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's 1st and 10. And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Second and 5 now. Wilson, and he's got the hook up to Moore. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one a first down pickup of 8. Wilson now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. And opening there on that first down run as he gets this forward for about 8 or 9. That looks to be 8 officially, so 2nd and 2. Again, it's Homer. And he gets it down to the 32. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They got a nice little drive brewing right here.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Wilson to throw. On the move to his left. He'll let this go for the end zone. And nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10 now from about the 32. Wilson throwing again. Buying time to his left. Give him 7 there on the tuck and run, and they're in better shape now for 3rd. The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Gotta love the catch. I think you gotta love the gloves as well.
Yeah, these one-handed catches, that was great, and they're fun. They're becoming a little more ho-hum right there.
Yeah, they really are, and I know that it sounds like we're taking credit away from the guys, and we don't mean that at all. They really work hard on this one-handed catch thing, but I think the gloves have to be helping in a big way.
So in the end, they had the ball for 10 plays, but the drive gets them 3, not 6.
Is it okay if I give credit to both sides on this one?
Absolutely.
All right, let's start defensively. They hung in there. 10-play drive, but they stiffened when they got close to the goal line, made them kick a field goal. And for the offense, 10-play drive. They might be a little disappointed they got a field goal, but they moved the ball down the field with dispatch and came away with points.
A good job defensively there on Gurley as they hold him to only a yard. It's 2nd down. Can see this quite a bit on running plays where the guy's out wide. A lot of times, though, it doesn't get caught.
You're exactly right, because it's away from the play usually, so a lot of it goes undetected, but I know this is surprising.
In trouble here, and down he goes. Back at the 8-yard line. Ezekiel Ansah able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, they were coming out of the 4-3 defensively. Pressure coming off that right side from the DN.
And that's the blind side of most quarterbacks. If you're right-handed, that's the side you don't see quite as well. And that's why you rely on your left tackle, maybe your highest-paid offensive lineman, to take care of you. In this situation, that didn't happen.
Last year for Everett, just 33 catches, 2 touchdowns, but he really has a chance to cement himself as a top tight end in this offense. People around the organization said he had a really good offseason, and he's ready to make that next step. He's going to dump it off to Gurley. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. You tackle them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
The Seattle offense now set to come back out on the field. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 20 on the catch and run. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables, otherwise they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of that. But how about what they really said? Competitiveness. That's what they really liked about him. The way he goes after the football, competes for it, and decides when it's in the air, it's his and only his.
They go read option with Wilson, and he'll slide down to avoid the contact. A gain of just a yard, but it's a first down.
And what a weapon to have when you can use your quarterback as a short yardage runner and pick up first downs.
Both teams working on short rest, but this has been one of the better Thursday night games we've seen as they come up here on 1st and 10. They run the counter. It's Carson. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
A good decision in the end to pull it and run, get some 9 yards and a first. From the red zone now, here's Wilson on first down. Flush to his right. This is caught. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down. Stomp down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. The tight end, Luke Wilson, was the target, but it'll be 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line. Now Wilson, flushed out right, and he will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Josh Gordon, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Myers connects on the PAT, and his guys will take a 10-point lead. So that drive, 80 yards, 9 plays. And the Seahawks capping it off with a touchdown. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And the Rams now coming out on the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A big change in field position there. That's 40 yards on the catch and run. On first down, gone. He'll fire one end zone for Cooks and nearly picked it off. He had a chance to come down with that in the end zone, but it'll wind up just being incomplete. Jared Goff, 4 times last year, he led the Rams on a fourth-quarter comeback. He obviously didn't do it in Super Bowl 53, but can he do it here? This pass from Goff to Everett, the tight end. That backs him up 1 yard and brings up 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
Not sure what you're thinking here, partner, but I believe the officials have done a nice job here getting together and then coming out and indicating that there was a receiver in the area.
Absolutely, and he was in the area. Correct call made, no grounding. And this one is right down the middle. And the drive will wind up yielding 3. All right, so they needed 2 scores to get back in the game. The field goal there, maybe not exactly what they wanted, but the necessary first step.
There's still time remaining, and there's enough time to get it done. They've got to get at the least a 3-and-out here to get the ball back, preferably a takeaway.
Chris Carson trotting back out there. And as the numbers show, he really wasn't in the mix at the beginning, but they've got him in the rotation now, and it's proved a good move.
And that's what happens when you're a good player. There's a lot more attention drawn to you. And it's obvious that they had him in their game plan on defense, not letting him get off to a good start, but he's found a way so far here in the second half.
That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first.
Well, it may seem a little unorthodox to some people. Got the lead, fourth quarter, yet he's still firing away. I think he believes that's the best way to go ahead and win the game.
Yeah, a lot of coaches say, let's just run the football, be conservative. He's sticking to his game plan.
No, that is his game, and that's what they're going to ride.
Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs and they come up on second down. Now Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Clay Matthews adding another sack to his impressive NFL resume. Wilson and the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here. From the shotgun, Wilson steps away to his left. And that will be incomplete. Critical play in this football game because if they pick up the first there, that clock keeps rolling.
Has to be a little frustrating for them because they know that if they pick up a first down there and continue to eat away at the clock, really increases their chances of closing this one out. Now they're likely to have to give the football up and sweat it out on the sideline.
That's a 49-yard punt, 8 though on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Getting set to go again here on offense, Jared Goff trots back onto the field. Now the situation very simple here. Late game, down 7. They've got to get it in the end zone.
And the best players know how to be calm in these situations because you know right now his pulse is like a jackhammer. So how does he rein it in, make sure the team has a little bit of calm, coupled with that sense of urgency, got walk that line a little bit, but get it downfield in order to score, and then put the pressure on the guy who kicks the ball because he could tie the game.
It's been a fun game. It all comes down to this. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. It'll be a first down for the Rams there on a pickup of 18. Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Goff. He's got his target. It's the tight end, Tyler Higbee. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 25 yards there on the catch and run. The drive continues as they search for a tying touchdown. Here's 1st and 10. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Rams football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. In on the stop, Bradley McDougal. Back to throw.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them close.
And he's going to take this one in for a Rams touchdown. Gerald Everett, his 2nd touchdown on the season, as they can now tie the game with the extra point here in the final 2 minutes. Well, the hard part's done. Now they just need to split the posts, tie it up, but then their defense is going to have to hold up to send it to overtime.
Yeah, no matter what. I know there's an inclination in it when you have momentum to go for two here, but if you miss it, you don't give your defense a chance at all.
Plus, it's been a good game. I want to see overtime. I'm selfish.
You obviously don't have a flight to catch.
Tomorrow. And out now come the Seahawks. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. The Defensive Player of the Year, Aaron Donald. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Throwing now is Wilson. Open man is Jacob Hollister. Now after the completion, we're going to get a timeout, an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside.
Big stop, D. Big stop. Let's go.
Wilson to throw. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. 7 catches for him now, and this last one, a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now it's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Seahawks forced to use their 3rd and final timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2.
We want it. Come to my work. Go. Play. 24 is the mic.
Here's Wilson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to keep it here. And he is out of bounds inside the 35.
How many times have we seen this late in the 4th quarter? Because you know the pass rush is getting after him, and they get upfield, get that great push, and what do they create? Space, and he takes off.
On 1st down, Carson, and he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
Let's go.
From the 27, Wilson letting one go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by John Johnson. 4 quarters not enough. We're all even, and to overtime we go.
How much fun is this?
It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll make it across the 20 as his guys will set up shop at the 23-yard line. And the Rams getting set to go now. They're set for their first drive here in overtime. And this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all.
And a loose football. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
We're going to shut you down.
And a costly mistake. Coaches talk so much about ball security, and in overtime, so paramount.
Partner, do you ever wonder if maybe they talk about it too much?
Too much, yeah.
Doesn't seem like you can, but maybe by discussing it time and time again, and you know they overemphasized it here, it almost became self-fulfilling.
And any points beat them here. Field goal or a touchdown now. Now what can Wilson do here in the OT? Escaping the pressure right. And he slides to avoid the hit. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble. The last drive, remember, similar situation. He forced the ball into coverage through the pick. He learned better there.
Yeah, similar to a golfer that's confronted with a shot that you just can't make. Sometimes you have to take your medicine, as they say, right? Just pull it down, take off, and go. Don't make something worse than what it was.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Draw play. This is Carson. And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to bring up an interesting 3rd and goal. And back at the 8 now. 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Wilson. Flush to his right. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
They went with the dime look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
And the Rams are going to go ahead and take another timeout. They'll be down to just 1 remaining as we step aside here in overtime. So the field goal unit is on the field as this is a big spot right here. This from 25 yards out. Oh, that is a complete shank. It's no good. Off to the right, and that changes everything here in OT. So possible disaster there. It's an empty possession, and there's no worse time to have an empty possession than the first drive of overtime.
Yeah, and remember the situation now, Brandon. It's sudden death from here on out. You can bet he's begging for a chance to redeem himself. But the question now is, will that chance ever come?
In on the tackle there, Bobby Wagner coming off a 3rd straight All-Pro season. From the 22, here's 2nd and 8. They'll stick to the ground game with Gurley. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete. Once that ball was popped in the air, you could almost hear the silence, the collective breath being held here in the stadium.
Let's be honest about it. We both came out of our chairs, didn't we? All right, anytime you see the ball in the air like that, there is that collective rise, the crowd holding its breath, and boy, oh boy, the moment of truth as it comes down. Man, that was something.
Everything magnified here in overtime. Now Wilson on first down. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll be upended after a gain of 5, up to the 25-yard line. 5 yards on the catch there, brings up 2nd down. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wilson flushed out right. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Little OT scramble drill that time, Mr. Davis.
And, partner, I can tell you from personal experience, nothing drives a defense crazier than having things covered and the quarterback takes off and picks up a first down or big yardage. Because whether we're in zone or man, it's easy to lose track of him because you don't always have someone assigned to him. And once he goes, now everybody's scrambling to try and tackle him.
So from Rams territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Here's a throw dropped off to his fullback. 7 yards on the play, and it's a 2nd down.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes that's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
2 minutes left in this overtime session, and still all tied.
58. Mike, 58, right there. Check.
On 2nd down, it's Carson. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football in that situation. That's almost a tendency breaker.
This is Carson. He'll get the first down and more inside the 20. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
Sometimes those lines that are drawn on a grease board or in a playbook, they come to life out on the field, don't they? And we just saw down that outside handoff to the right.
That right tackle, he gets excited for that call, doesn't he?
He does, because he just wants to dominate his guy and say, listen, I was the point of attack. I took care of business. That's why you're able to get downfield and add all those yards to your total.
Yeah, really nice gain there. So put 3 on the board, but from that far into enemy territory, probably hoping for more.
Yeah, I think they're going to get together on the sideline and talk about it, right? Because you get that far, that deep, you want to come away with a touchdown. They'll take the 3, but they're going to file it away for the future.
Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goes from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.